What is up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the BladesAndEDC channel, and I have a unboxing for you guys today. The knife that is in this box is a knife that I have been chasing for a very long time. One variation of this knife is #1 on my Grail list. This is not that variation, unfortunately, and that's kind of bittersweet, which I will explain a little more about here in a moment. So, but let's go ahead and open it up and show you guys what I'm talking about. Unboxing knife is going to be the Benchmade Bug Out. Alright, let's go. Jump right in here. I would have bought this knife either way, let's put it that way. You know, even though I found out that I can't do with this what I thought I could do with it, so. Alright, let's jump in here. What is this? Move that over a little bit. See what we got here. Alright, that is just a invoice. We got a little swag going on in here. Three Rivers Tycoon. Got some extra Omega springs there. And a warranty card. You guys have probably already figured out what this is by now if you know TRM and Omega springs. I like the little container here. This reminds me of the Demco 3V, the 80-20.5 3V version. It came in a plastic container like this. Exactly like this, actually. What am I doing wrong here? Alright, now, don't make this hard on me. It's got these little arrows here. Alright, there we go. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Warning, extremely sharp. This, if you don't know what this is, those of you who know what this is, you know. You know what's up. You know what's up. For those of you who do not know what this is the Three Rivers Manufacturing Shadow. And what I was talking about earlier, well, I did that all wrong, was my Grail knife is the titanium variation. And if you look at the pivot on this knife, look at that pivot with that seashell kind of pattern, titanium. The titanium knife just continues that pattern out throughout all the scales. And I saw, Heidi told me this drop was happening. She knew that the Shadow's on my Grail list, and so I jumped in and bought it. Right after I bought it, I was one of the lucky few to get one. There weren't many of these available. And right after I bought it, I immediately started messaging TRM on Instagram. Hey, you guys know when you're going to drop tie scales for the Shadow? Any idea when it's coming? How far out they are? And that's when I learned they do not sell scales for the Shadow. They sell scales for the Neutron 2, the Atom, the Holy Nerd. They do not sell scales at all for the Shadow. They only sell the Shadow. You can get it in gray G10, black G10, or the titanium version. So they said they will have some of the titanium versions for sale at the Atlanta Blade Show. So yeah. So that disappointed me a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, look at this. I should be so grateful to even have this knife right now. I know a lot of other people were trying to get one of these during the drop earlier in the week, and I was lucky enough to get one. Super thin and slicey. Buttery smooth action. I actually had Cue Ball, if you guys know the Cue Ball. It's been a while now, but he sent me a black G10 version, and he sent me the titanium version. He sent me 2 of these to check out at the same time. And although I loved them both, the titanium version is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then I've been going back and forth what to do to this one, right? I can't get scales for it. No one makes scales for it. This gray G10 does look pretty good, though, I gotta say. I'd have no problem selling this knife. I could sell this right now if I wanted to and not lose a single dollar on it. But before I do anything with it, I'm going to be sending this off to a couple of friends to check out. Craig wants to check one of these knives out, so he will get it first. And then from there, it will go to Jason to check it out. And then I'll decide if I'm going to keep it or sell it. Now that I got it in hand again, I'd already made up my mind. I think that I was just going to sell it and wait and go to Blade Show Atlanta and get the Thai version. But now that I got it in hand, I don't know, man. It's so good in hand. It's so good in hand. the access to the lock bar. They call this the river lock. That's their access lock. It's so good. The blade stock is super thin with almost a full flat grind. Super slicey knife. You got the 50-50 finger choil. You got magnificent ergonomics. It's lightweight for its size. Here it is compared to a bug out. The titanium version is quite a bit heavier, that I have to admit. But honestly, you know, this is not a knife. The titanium version is not a knife I would be buying to carry. You know what I mean? It would be a safe queen, 100% for sure. A little longer than both those. But if I kept this one and down the road get the titanium also, then I could have one for a user. There's the Mannix too. One for a user and one, you know, for a safe queen, for a channel, a size comparison knife for the channel. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to this knife. I do know I'm sending it off to a couple friends. It'll go out Monday, so it'll head to Craig first, and then Craig will either send it back to me and I'll send it to Jason, or maybe Craig can just ship it directly to Jason when he's done. This one does have a little bit of lock stick. I do have to point that out. Got a little tiny bit of lock stick there, but that's not uncommon for a new crossbar lock knife. But the springs are buttery smooth. May just have a little oil on that lock bar or on the tang of the blade that meets the lock bar. I've also never disassembled one of these knives, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to do a disassembly or not. Not until I decide if I'm going to keep it or not. If I'm not going to keep it, I'm not going to disassemble it. If I am going to keep it, I will definitely do a disassembly on it. And with the gray G10, it could be RIT dyed also, but man, with this knife, this is just one of those knives, guys. There's so few of them dropped. It's a very small batch. I wouldn't even want to do, I don't think I'd even want to RIT dye it. It may affect the value, you know. I don't want to affect the value of this knife. If I keep this knife in pristine condition, I can get every dollar I spend on it out of it. Today. I'm sure one of you out there would buy this from me right now, and here I am. I'm not complaining. I'm not disappointed with the knife. I'm disappointed with myself that I didn't do my research and just assumed that because they sell scales for the atom and the neutron and everything, they also sold them for the shadow. But they don't. They do not sell any scales for the shadow. Anybody out there make scales for the shadow? Could you imagine fat carbon on this knife? Ooh, goodness, that would be so nice. That'd be so nice. So lightweight too for its size. Can't be much more than 3 ounces. I can't remember. I did a review of this. Like I said, I think I've got a review. Actually, I think I did on both one video, the titanium version. If you're not familiar with what the titanium version of this knife looks like, go watch my video on it. Look up Shadow on my channel and look at the Thai version. Just imagine that pivot, that beautiful milling and that shininess. That pattern is continuing all the way down the knife. It's just a piece of art. It really is a piece of art. 3.5 ounces, so very lightweight for its size. Actually a fantastic knife, an absolutely amazing knife. These run $289, so, and these are 100% made in the USA, and I believe it's Massachusetts where TRM is located. And yeah, they are just one of those companies. They do not drop their knives very often, so as soon as they drop them, they instantaneously sell out. Like I tried to. They dropped this version, they dropped the black G10 version, they dropped the Merlot Micarta version. I originally tried the Merlot Micarta, and before I could check out, it was sold out. It was out of my cart. And then I was going to get black, and I was like, I guarantee if I go for black, it's going to be going too. So I just went for gray. Not because I wanted gray over black. I probably would have preferred the black. But I was like, if I go for the gray, I may get it. And I got it. And then like 30 seconds later, they were all sold out. So I don't even know how many there were, but they did not last long. But if you've never had the opportunity to hold one of these knives, I highly recommend it. They are truly fantastic. We're going to have to take a look at that lock stick, though. Definitely hear that? Hear it pop? It's only when I do it hard. If I lightly open it, no lock stick. If I give it a pretty hard flick, a little bit of lock stick. No big deal though. That'll break right in. Such a great knife. Now that I got the gray in hand, I'm really kind of digging it though. It looks good with that gray G10. Feels good too. I'm just sitting here rambling on and on and on and on about this knife. What to do, what to do. I think see, I'll have it over the weekend. Normally I don't upload a video as quickly as I'm doing this one, and normally they're a few days out, but I'm getting this on Friday. You're seeing this video on Saturday. I wanted to go ahead and get it out there so I can go ahead and ship it out. I guess I could wait to release the video, but so I could ship it out on Monday. So I'm only going to have this knife for the weekend, then it's going to be gone, right? It's going to be gone for a while. And I think that time it's away will tell me whether or not I really want to keep it or not. If I were to get the titanium one, would I keep this one also? Man, I'm just not a baller, you know what I mean? I'm not a user of $300 knives. That's the thing, you know. My user knives are much less expensive than this knife, right? I don't generally beat up, although I do have a pair of 3 that is completely destroyed. That's a $150 knife that I've completely destroyed. Oh, it works fine, don't get me wrong, it just looks like crap because I beat the crap out of it at work. But I've never seen one do a real hard use review of this knife either. I don't even know if one exists out there. Maybe I could be the first to like really use this knife. You know what I mean? It would make one excellent work knife. Excellent work knife, but man, it would hurt me to mess it up. Really would hurt me to mess this one up. Probably hurt someone else to see it messed up too. I've chased this knife for a year. For a year I've been trying to get one of these knives. And here's the thing, when they come up on Reddit or blade forums, they sell for $350 to $400 and they sell instantly. I'll never sell this for that. I'll sell it for cost. If I do sell it, I won't sell it for $1 over. I'll sell it to you for cost plus shipping if I decide to sell it, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I really like it now that it's here. Really like it. Beautiful finish on that blade. It's like a light stonewash finish. This gray G10 does look nice. Got a little milling down the edge right here. Provides some traction on your palm. You definitely feel it. It's good though. Razor sharp. I mean razor sharp out of the box. Sticky. Ooh, sticky sharp. I almost cut myself. No, I just cut my nail a little bit. Sticky sharp out of the box. Let's cut some paper with it. Why not? Why not? Let's see if we can do a curly Q cut. Oh yeah, I could cut a circle out. Sticky sharp. Can we whittle some paper? I bet you we can whittle paper. Hold on. Yeah. Get some curly Qs here. Yeah, I mean. Oh yeah. Yeah, shaving sharp for sure. I would expect it no less. No less at all. So how many of you out there own this knife? And how many of you out there have this as one of your Grail knives? Curious. If everyone else thinks this knife looks as good as I think it looks. I just think it looks absolutely amazing. The shape of it. It's like a reverse Tonto sheep's footy kind of shape. 50-50 choil is it's just perfection in hand, man. It really is perfection in hand. You think you may feel this clip, but you don't. You think with how proud these tabs are for the river lock, you may feel them in your grip. No, you don't feel anything, man. It's just ergonomic perfection. Ergonomic perfection. And honestly, larger knife than most knives I like to carry, but I love this thing. I love this knife. But man, the titanium one, it's just on a whole nother level. It really is. It's on an entirely different level. So, all right, I'm gonna stop rambling on about this knife that I'm really excited to have, but I got decisions to make. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all on the next one.